Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I have prepared some fun, easy DIYs for you guys and I hope you're gonna like them. They are all Dollar Tree based and I picked up a couple of things from Target Dollar Spot, but they are all super inexpensive and they are very easy to make. So kick back, relax, grab that cup of coffee and let's have some fun. And for the first DIY, I grabbed one of those little wind chimes from the Dollar Tree and unfortunately I recorded it in the slow-mo. So this is sped up because I didn't know how to reverse the slow-mo if you can even do it. So anyway, so I grabbed it and it's in the shape of a heart and I'm cutting it in half. So the part on the right hand side is going to stay together and on the left hand side all those little pieces are simply going to fall into my hand. And then when they did, I decided that I want to spray paint them in white. So I put them on a tape to keep them in somewhat of an order. I think you could probably spray paint the whole thing in white before you cut, but then when you cut it, you're going to have those ends that are not covered. So I thought that that was a better option. So here you see me putting them together and getting them ready to paint. And here you see I'm trying to arrange them. I decided that I don't want both sides to be the same. So one side, the right side is intact, and I decided that on the left hand side, I'm not going to use every single one of those little heart pieces. I'm going to put them in a completely random order. And here you have it. I forgot to show you when I painted my little piece of wood and I painted it with the dark walnut stain. And here I'm just going to be arranging my verbiage. I already cut it out from Cricut. I cut out love you more every day. So I'm just basically placing it and making sure that everything is going to be arranged the way I want it to be arranged. Now that I'm happy with where everything is going to be laid out, I grab my verbiage and I'm transferring it onto the wood. Now the heart is still not attached because, as you can see here, I'm putting polyurethane on it to give it a good seal, and I'm using ruler to start attaching my heart. Once everything is glued on, I'm using my glue gun to add a little bit of jute twine to the center to cover the cut edges. I made a little knot on the top, and I'm gonna make one at the bottom, and also at the bottom to the little fringe I'm going to add wooden beads that I already pre-painted, just to add a little bit of touch to it. And now I just grabbed my sponge and wanted to add a little bit of color, and I'm using burnt umber to add color to my heart. Now I really love the way this thing came out. I love the 3D effect. As you can see, a couple of those pieces actually fell out on the right side, but it really doesn't bother me. I think it looks even better because right now it has character. But the 3D, the heart just popping out of the sign, I think it looks just really neat. And for my next DIY, I'm grabbing 3 cans. 2 of them, I actually cut the bottoms out. So there you have it. They don't need to have the same design. You know how the cans come with different designs. They just need to have the same diameter. so that you can create a long vase, because this is what we are doing. Now I decided to attach them with glue, so I'm using glue gun to attach them, but if I did that again, after the glue I would go over with a tape. Just tape it up. I think it would look better. I think it would hold better. Not that they are flimsy or anything, but I think the whole process would have been better if the tape on the outside edges was involved. So there you have it. Now they are all stuck together, and I'm grabbing my chicken wire that I already pre-cut, and I'm going to wrap it around it. I basically want to cover the whole thing in the chicken wire, and on the open ends I'm just grabbing my pliers and I'm twisting the wires to make it all nice and tight, and it really worked out great. And now it's time to use joint compound for the outside. I really like joint compound because it's smoother than spackle, and it goes on easier. Now you can totally use spackle. It could be that my spackle is maybe a little bit too dry, but it doesn't go on as easy as the joint compound. So basically the whole idea is to cover the whole thing in joint compound, but to make sure that that chicken wire is sticking out a little bit, so that you have those, you can totally feel it. Like here I wanted to smooth it out, and of course I'm using my fingers. Those fingers your hands are probably the best tool that you have, and I just went over the entire thing. I smoothed it out. I made sure that that chicken wire was popping out. And at this point I let it dry, and I painted it with 2 coats of white paint, which I didn't show you guys. So all you see is me sponging it in brown, and this is burnt umber with a little bit of black. And all I do is I'm just taking sponge and I'm sponging it. I was trying to swipe a little bit, but I didn't like the effect I was getting with swiping, so sponging it is, and you can see how fun the wire is popping out. I really love the way it came out. And there you have it. I decided that it's going to be on the floor because it's pretty tall, and I think it looks fantastic with my long branches. It just came out better than I ever anticipated, and the texture on it is fabulous. Loving it, and it was pretty easy too. Okay, so for this project I grabbed those little houses, which you probably recognize from the dollar spot in Target, and I'm giving them a nice swipe with which one is it? That's the dark walnut stain. So, and after that was done and I had them all dried, I'm giving them a dry brush on the edges with porcelain chalk paint. Now I have a home sign that I'm going to be using. I did the same thing to that. I just painted with the porcelain chalk paint, and you see that little tree on the right. You recognize it from Christmas. Yes, it was already spray painted in black, so the glitter was gone, but it also gets a nice cover in porcelain chalk paint. So now that I look at my houses, I don't like them. I don't like the white in it. It is really not what I was going after. So I took some black and umber, burnt umber, and I'm going over the edges again. So now I want the edges to be super dark and I want the inside to be lighter. So here you can see me play with it. But basically the bottom line is that I added a lot of that burnt umber and black to the edges. And what I did, and I didn't show you, I took a fine sandpaper and I just sanded the center of those houses. That's how I got the effect that I wanted. and the rest of the paint is going on the home sign and my tree, just to add those guys' character and bring all those pieces together, and it really started coming out really, really nice. Now for my tree, as I was applying the paint, I would take a wet wipe and I would kind of take some of the paint out, and you know that there's so much curvature to it, and then I would put some more paint on it, so it started getting this really cool design to here. I think I took just a little bit too much paint off, but it was kind of fun putting the paint on, taking some off, adding some more on, and so on and so forth. So there you have it, all my pieces are ready to be put together. And to start the process, I attached my ruler to my table, and that way I knew that I was going to have a straight line. It's going to be easy for me to put all my houses together. And I'm just glue gunning them. They're going to be sitting on the shelf or hanging on the wall, whichever way I'm going to decide to display them. So you could probably use wood glue, but this is just so much faster. And once they were all nicely stuck together, I flipped them over, and I'm going to use different sizes of popsicle sticks and stir sticks, and I'm going to attach everything in the back just to make it even sturdier. So you can see that I'm going to be using some thicker sticks, then I'm gonna go to thinner sticks, and so on and so forth. So let's not look at the back of those houses, okay? Because they look good in the front. In the back, it's a mess. So now they're nice and sturdy, and I can start attaching my home sign to it. Part that I'm gluing is the top of the H. So I'm adding a nice amount of glue to that part, and it looks great that way. It's kind of like when you hang it on the wall, it's like just like free hanging. It's pretty cool. And my tree, I'm going to add some glue to the trunk, and I'm gonna hide the trunk behind the M, letter M of the home. And my friends, this is it. Look at that. That came out so nice. You can display it on your shelf, just sitting like that. Or if you want, you can hang it on the wall. Whatever you want to do. It looks fabulous either way. Okay, so my last DIY wasn't even planned. I just started playing with it, and then I decided, oh, you know what? I like them. So you know those hooks, they come 2 in a pack, and they are in the garden section. So I decided that I'm going to use create a candle holder from them. So what I'm doing here is I'm attaching 2 pieces with a zip tie, but that zip tie is not zip tied very tight. So I'm just starting the process here. What I'm not showing you, because I actually did another video and I don't know what happened to it. When I was zip tying it before, I pulled the zip tie to make it really tight. I put E6000 in between all those little guys. So actually E6000 is holding them together even if the zip ties were not there. So the zip ties were just there to hold them as the E6000 was drying. Now I don't know what I did with that part of the video, but that's what I did. So now that the E6000 is drying still, I'm going to put more glue and I'm going to attach a plastic plate from the Dollar Tree to the top. Now at this point I waited for everything to get dry, including the E6000 at the base, and I cut off the twist ties, and the whole entire thing got a coat of spray paint and flat black. So in a minute you will see that the twist ties are no longer there. There you go, twist ties are gone. I just grabbed a little wooden ball which I also spray painted in black, and I'm attaching it to the bottom, and my candle holder is done. That was such an easy project. I could not believe how quick it went, and how fun it was, and I think it looks pretty darn nice. And there you have it displayed in my room. I thought it came out so nice. It's so clean looking, it's very simple, easy to make, inexpensive. I really liked it. And so what did you guys think about all the other DIYs in this video? I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I did when I was making them. And if you did, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Give me a big thumbs up. It means a ton to me. It lets me know that you guys enjoy the videos and you want me to make more of them. Well, my friends, hope everyone is doing fabulous. And till next time, my friends. Ta-ta.